Hey, nerds! It's Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Geeks of Cascadia. Exclusive tabletop game podcast for the Pacific Northwest. All levels of gamers. Analog gaming. Tabletop news. Dungeons and Dragons and magic. Stupid, mindless banter.
There will definitely be some. That's probably our best. That's our best feature.
You are listening to the Geeks of Cascadia podcast, featuring Steve Hobbs, Paul Anderson, and Joe Costa.
Hey Geeks, Blue Samurai here. It is episode 26 of Geeks of Cascadia. I'm here with my co-host Paul.
Hello.
Hello.
Still Paul here.
Unfortunately, we are missing Joe, but Joe's got a job that actually pays him money. Where this job does not pay us any money at all.
Exactly.
Oh well, sad face. But we have a great show for you today. We have an interview with Executive Director Donna Pryor with OrcaCon,
Yes.
giving you the latest news that's coming up. And I know it's only 10 months away, but there's a lot that's changing. Well, there's not a lot that's changing. A lot of exciting stuff coming up with
Yes.
OrcaCon. So tune into that coming soon. Also, we have a game review, right?
We do. Dinosaur Island.
Dinosaur Island, that's right. And I believe is going back on Kickstarter.
It is back on Kickstarter for like 4 days ago. So it's like 25 days left at the recording.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Whenever this comes up. Hopefully I won't put this up 30 days from now and you'll
I'm
see
sure.
where did it go.
Oh, I missed it again.
That's right.
And so there's an expansion with that called Totally Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another mode called Dual-Saur, which is a 2-player Dinosaur Island.
Oh, okay. What happened to that Planet of the Apes one? Remember that guy we
Oh,
interviewed?
they're traveling all over the world, and the game is gorgeous now. We saw a really early mock-up of what the game was going to be. That was OrcaCon? That was OrcaCon.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was
OrcaCon. But it's much cooler now, and it's...
We dealt with paper versions, I think, right?
Yeah. This is really
cool.
This looks real. It's like
That's right.
actual miniatures and actual trees, and it looks like a miniature game.
3D miniatures fighting one another or something like that. Where you can go.
Yes.
Not really 3D. You can go high. I don't know what I'm talking
It's
about.
3-dimensional.
That's right. It is
We live in the
3-dimensional.
third dimension.
Anywho, great show. But part of this show is about conventions, local conventions. So Paul, take it away. What do we got going on?
Okay, what we're going on now is this weekend, NorwestCon in Seattle. I believe that's in SeaTac, Seattle.
Yes, and OrcaCon has a table there, so check them out.
Yep, stop by and say hi. We've got GameStorm in Portland on next weekend, which is April 5th through the 8th. There's a fun little convention called Whidbey Island Comic Con in Oak Harbor on April 7th. And we also got WagonCon coming up. I think it's the second WagonCon in the Dalles in Oregon. That is May 4th through the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed them on Facebook last year. It looks like they had a great time. I really wanted to go.
One of these
but
days we'll
gotta
have to
work.
go.
Yes, that'd be cool.
When we get that podcast money,
Yeah, sweet podcast money.
we can quit our real jobs and do that.
Yes. We do have some bad news on the convention front.
Sad face.
Yeah.
What is that?
Apparently there's not going to be an ETX, Evergreen Tabletop Expo this year.
We had a great time. Paul and I went there
really
last
did.
year.
Yeah,
had
we were
a lot
there
of
all
content.
day. Oh, yeah.
A lot of game designers.
A lot of game
showed up.
designers, lots of reviews, some of which we need to follow up with.
Yeah, we got to find out what's going on there. But, running these cons are really hard.
Yeah.
OrcaCon, it's amazing. It's going to be our 4th year, I think.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And great growth every year.
Yeah. But it's hard. Hard to do getting the volunteers, getting the logistics together.
Uh-huh.
It's not easy at all. And but you'll hear more about OrcaCon, I think, coming up, say, now?
How about now?
All right. Let's check that out right now.
Here we go.
Hey Geeks, Blue Samurai here. I'm also with Paul, and of course with Geeks of Cascadia, we always talk about conventions. In fact, that's how we kind of started off, is the OrcaCon podcast.
Yeah.
But that was way in the past. But, that came from OrcaCon, and of course we did OrcaCon about 2-3 months ago, and there's 10 months away for the next one. Of course, Donna's here to give an update
Hi.
of what's going on. Hey, Donna.
How's it going?
Well,
Great.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a really good meeting here, I think. A lot of things were hashed out. What really amazed me was how on fire OrcaCon is and how many room nights have already
Oh,
been
yeah.
reserved and how many memberships. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So it's great. One of the things the hotel does is, they give us a rate for being able to rent the space and perks and everything based on the amount of room nights that we sell. The people getting rooms, it helps us, as they call it, getting heads in beds. And we're doing really well. We've actually almost hit our goal.
Wow.
And it's only March.
Yeah.
So that's great. So one of the things we also have to consider, though, is that if you are looking for a room, you might want to book it as soon as possible. So we still have rooms come January.
Yeah.
Because it's possible. We did a huge amount of rooms, and since we have the whole hotel space for the con, is that we might actually tap out on the amount of rooms that we'll have. We can extend our block, but once we hit our block, then we might have a hard time getting more rooms for it.
Goodness.
So registration is doing really well. We had a lot of people sign up. For people who had previously attended, we had a very short window where people could come get like an early bird discount, and that did well. We've got a number of VIPs, which is good to see our VIPs come back.
Oh.
We love them.
Okay. Can you tell us a couple of names, perhaps? Is that okay?
No, without their
Oh,
permission. You know better than
man.
that. And so it's a possibility if we ramp up this year that in thinking about making an accessible con and making a con that, because we'd rather not just shove a ton of tables in here. We'd rather people have room. If you have, if you've got a working dog with you, if you're in a wheelchair, we don't want you to have to squeeze through anywhere. We want everybody to be able to get through all the aisles and get table space and not have to worry about shoving up against other people and getting too loud and all that. So we might actually have to cap registration later this year.
Wow.
So right now we do have regular early bird price. So if you want to do that, that'll be going until October. But the sooner you can get your passes for OrcaCon, the better it helps us to be able to pay for everything. So I would encourage
What's the
people to
early
do that.
bird rate? Do you have on the top of your head?
It is 60.
Okay.
It's $60.
Right.
And so that's for all 3 days of OrcaCon.
Sure.
And then October 1st, it goes up to 70, which is going to be the rate at the door.
Okay.
And those dates for OrcaCon?
January 11th through 13th.
And we're starting at 9 o'clock on
We're starting
Friday
at
this
9
time,
instead
so
of noon on
We
Friday.
always
because-
have early birds.
Well, we had so many
Yeah.
people that spent the night on Thursday.
Right.
And they were there ready to play games right after breakfast. So I said, well, we might as well just open
Sure.
instead of having people sit around like,
Right.
can I game now? Can
Right.
I game now? How about now? Can we game now?
Can you share with us who any of the special guests are?
Sure. I've got our two guests of honor are Catherine Cross and Jeremy Crawford.
Okay.
And our artist guest of honor is Liz Quartz. You may recognize some of these folks coming back from last year and previous years. And then I've got a bunch of other people who are listed already on our website.
Okay.
And we've got 22 people we've invited to come out as guests of honor or special guests. So we will be updating that as I get their bios and photos and all that.
And that's, of course, orcacon.org.
Yep. And so you can see that. And there's also, if you'd like to recommend somebody you'd like to see as a special guest at OrcaCon, there's a form on that page that says, hey, do you want to suggest a guest? We're looking for marginalized folks. So if you know people of color, queer people, disabled people, anybody that is a marginalized person, we'd love to hear from them. They need to work in games. So if you know some of your favorite game developers, artists, and community organizers, feel free to fill out that form and we'll reach out to them.
Very cool.
What about panel suggestions or if somebody wants to do a panel?
We'll have that up soon.
Okay.
So I'll announce that on social media sometime next week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll have the merchant hall forms are going to be live. The panel form is going to be live. We're going to be taking the games submission. So if you want to get a demo table, if you want to submit a game for the schedule, anything like that, there's going to be a bunch of forms that all go live to prepare for NorwestCon.
Now, this is Sunday. I believe I can get this thing all up on Monday. So What you're going to be at Norwest Con,
Yeah.
right? So by the time people hear this or this is posted, it'll be around Norwest Con. So you got a table there, I understand, right?
We do, yeah. We're going to have a table there, and we're going to be telling everybody about OrcaCon and how amazing it is. And
Very
please
cool.
come to our
Yes.
con. We're handing out pronoun ribbons. We're handing out OrcaCon buttons, and we're doing some fundraiser for our Blackfish Scholarship.
Is there anything special about this OrcaCon 2019 that'll be different from this OrcaCon? Or the OrcaCon that was like 2 months ago?
More food trucks and better signage.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I love the food
I
trucks.
love the food trucks.
Yes.
Yeah, so if people have suggestions, they can send them on to info@orcacon.org, and we'll put them on the list, and our food truck coordinator will reach out to them later this year to see if they can bring them in.
Well, thanks for the update. I really appreciate that, Donna. And it seems like to me, I think the summary of all this is get your room now, register now.
And badge.
Yeah,
Yes.
register now, get your badge now. That way you don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
later.
Because
later
I
in the
was
year.
absolutely floored when you told me the number of people have already booked a room. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't want to be left out. I every time I go to this con, I always book a room. It is so convenient to do that.
Here's a good thing too for people that don't know. If you book on the executive level, so I know you've stayed up there.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
So it's nice. So for just a few dollars more, you can stay there, and it's an access area only that has like couches and whatnot, and they've got 24/7 coffee and water and some sodas, and they do a breakfast buffet.
And the breakfast is good.
It
It's the
is.
same buffet as downstairs
Yeah,
in
right.
the restaurant without
omelet.
except the omelet station.
Love the
But
omelets.
otherwise, it's the same. It's the same thing, but it's nice because there's tables and stuff where you can kind of hang out. So that's kind of our secret. It's not really a secret, but it's something when you see executive level. Oh, and you get free appetizer. Did
Yeah,
you get coupons? For
I
free
did,
appetizers?
yes.
I didn't get the coupons.
I did.
Oh yeah. Make sure next time you
Yeah.
get the coupons.
Right, and the dollar difference more is like not a
It's
lot
less than what
actually.
breakfast costs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So well, we have those rooms because there's only one floor of them.
Right.
So those are a good thing to book.
Well, I'm gonna get those like right after this. So
You better.
any of the listeners out there trying to get my room, you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. So well, thanks a lot, Donna, and
Sure.
we'll see you later in the
Yeah,
year.
just follow the socials. OrcaCon is where you can find us: Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot, and we'll be putting all the announcements there.
Great.
Sounds good. Wow, that was an amazing interview with Donna.
I love talking to Donna. I miss being part of the D&D group with Donna and Barry since they moved.
We had a good time.
We
with
had a
them,
great
that's
time.
right.
Yeah.
She healed us once,
Yes.
When I died.
Yes.
many times.
I just hide. I'm a squishy.
So, man, I'm just so excited, even though it's 10 months away.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I went on today and I booked my room,
Yes.
which I encourage everyone to do. Book
Yeah.
your room now because it sounds like they're running out of space quickly.
Yeah. There's a lot of rooms booked, and you want to make sure that you get the special deal.
And the great thing is you don't actually pay for your room until afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying just book it now so you know what's going on, you can plan for it. It makes all the difference in the world when you're actually staying at the
Oh, it's
convention.
so.
'Cause you've
it's
done
so
both,
nice.
right?
I've done both.
And it sucks when you don't do it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That first OrcaCon, I didn't stay at the convention,
Yeah.
and I was just wiped.
So it's great. You get a room, you can play your games, you can drink Blackfish Stout.
Sure.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. You should
From
definitely do
Sailor
it.
Sea Brewing in Edmonds, Washington.
They'll be there again. Well, we have a game review coming up.
Yep, Doug and Kelly talking
And
about dinosaurs on
That's
an island.
right. I hear it's good.
People, the internets love it. I want to play it.
Well, let's check it out right now.
Okay.
Hey geeks, welcome to our first video review. I am Doug, and this is Kelly.
And today we're doing Dinosaur Island by Jonathan Gilmore and Brian Lewis.
Yeah, it's a game for 2 to 4 players.
Yeah.
Takes about 90 minutes or so to play. It's kind of, it can be fairly involved.
It comes with dinosaur meeples. That's really all you need to know.
Dinosaur meeples. And it's for ages 8 and up, which I think is about right for the age group.
Small parts.
Small parts, but I mean, if you're already playing with kids that young, they probably already know not
Eh.
to eat pieces, put weird things in their mouth.
No, I was saying that's a good age because they know not to do that.
Yeah. Other than that, we've got this all set up to go, just to give you a quick run through. So we're going to cut over to that.
Cut to that scene.
All right, so we've got our game set up here on camera. We have my player board right here with my lab equipment stuff here and my actual park schematics over here. Kelly's is off camera over there. So this game is really nice because there's variable game length that we have set up here. These are for a short game. We've got 3 different objectives. There's about 8 in total for each length of game that you want to play, which is nice.
And so if you look down here, this is how full the bar is. We'll actually tell you how long the game is.
Mm-hmm.
This being about 2 hours, and I think we picked a bunch of 20 minutes, didn't we?
It's like 40 minutes.
40 minutes? Okay.
Roughly, yeah. It's about, from when we played the first few times, it's about 3 or 4 rounds, maybe a 5th, but it's fairly quick if you know what you're doing and how you're playing.
Yeah.
So the game starts in phase 1, where the active player rolls these dice, and these dice are all different. We have some other ones set aside that you'll just randomly choose 2 plus the number of players, or 2 times the number of players plus 1. And you'll roll them, you'll get random sides on there, and they go into this dice pool that you can choose from in phase 1. Now in phase 1, we are actively choosing DNA dice to use DNA to build our dinosaurs. Oh, you know what I didn't set up?
The dinos.
We have 1 dinosaur in our paddock right there, just to start with. So on your turn, you can use one of your 3 scientists, and I don't know if I said this before. This is my Kickstarter edition, so we've got these upgraded scientist beakers with a number on them. They're really nice. They're a lot better than the plastic cardboard shits. So on your turn, you'll use one of them, and you'll place it anywhere in the phase 1 board. Claiming dice gets you DNA. There's upgraded to cold storage, and there's new dinosaur recipes.
Now, all of these things are important. You need DNA so you can build dinosaurs. You need dinosaur recipes and a place to put your dinosaurs. So get points.
To attract people, yeah.
To attract people
to your park, yeah.
to your park. So you get paid. So you can buy more DNA and build more dinosaurs. And then these also increases your fridge size, your cold storage, so you can hold on to more of that DNA, so you can do some of these bigger ones or make more than 1 dinosaur a turn.
Very good. And you can also set a scientist aside that'll act as a worker in your phase 3 in the research phase. Or
if you decide you have enough DNA, or if you have enough dinosaur recipes.
Mm-hmm. So once everyone has placed their 3 scientists or passed, we go to phase 2, where this is you can start purchasing upgrades for your park. There are different attractions you can buy, from costume shop to food places. There's even different rides you can get that'll get added to your player board.
Oh, and first aid stations, because that's important.
Yes, first aid stations are always nice, which is
Jurassic
weird.
World.
It's weird that it costs money to visit
World.
a first aid station. Oh well. Yeah, World, not W-O-R-L-D. It's World with a W-H. So just like before in phase 1, players take turns. You'll have 2 actions in the market phase to buy things.
2 buys.
Yeah. And you do 1, and then it goes around and you do another.
Yeah.
Now you can also pass during this phase to gain money, but there's the different upgrades you can get.
People you can hire.
You can hire specialists. Yes, they give you special abilities, and also unlock more workers for your next phase, which is always important because you want to be able to do as much as you can here to be successful in the game.
They all have pretty unique abilities, anything from hiring security guards so you can scare off hooligans who don't pay to get into your park. Hooligans.
Mm-hmm.
Or extra workers so that you can, because like this guy's a dino hunter.
Yeah, there's even ones that give you advanced DNAs at the start of each turn, things like that. For free, yeah,
Free
that's
DNA.
very good. Now in this phase, you also have an option to purchase DNA at the different levels in case you didn't get what you wanted on your dice.
So in the market, if your DNA didn't come up on the dice and you were looking for other stuff, or somebody sniped it out from underneath you, you can buy DNA, generic DNA, and elite, superior DNA, advanced DNA.
Advanced DNA is the term you're looking for, yes.
Advanced DNA. from the market.
Yeah, doing so causes you to discard one of the other upgrades from that row. So people couldn't get it in case they want them. And some of these upgrades to your facilities are actually really nice. They give you other benefits where you can use your workers in phase 3, which is, I guess we'll segue right into that.
Into phase 3. So phase 3 is what you're going to do with your workers. You take your extra little cowboy dudes, and you decide what they're doing on the board. In the basic board, which everyone starts with, you can do DNA refinement, which is pretty much you get a 2-for-1 in case you somehow still didn't get your DNA. You can create a dinosaur. You can upgrade a paddock so you have more room for dinosaurs. Or you can increase your security so you don't have your dinosaurs eat your guests. And then, of course, you can always just go to the bank for money.
I should probably do that.
You think so?
Yeah, and so this is all done kind of at the same time, but I like
Simultaneous-ish.
yeah, kind of all at the same time. But I like to do every one player resolves them one at a time, all
Yeah.
their actions one at a time, just so you can see what they're doing, and so they don't kind of mess things up as you go.
Miscount DNA or something.
Something like that, yeah, which would kind of suck.
So
But
we look
yeah.
at Doug's board here.
So I'm going to increase some of my paddock size, and that's going to cost me money. Let's say I only have this amount of money.
I like how you're making a dinosaur, but you have no DNA.
I have,
We
I have 3 DNA right there.
Let's skip that part.
So I'm going to reclaim that worker. He's going to get me 3 money. I'm going to upgrade my paddock size, which I have to pay money for that. It costs 2 money to go up to size 2. I'm also going to use this other one to increase my security level because I'm going to be making a dinosaur. So that cost me 1, and it increases as you increase your security. So that increases my security. And
Put up
I'm
a fence,
going
guys.
to... Oh, I didn't want to refine DNA there. Oh, well, that's a waste of thing. And I'm going to create a dinosaur. So for my basic dinosaur, it just
He's
costs
got a friend.
2 of any basic DNA. But in doing so, increases my threat level based on the current dinosaur's threat level.
Which is 1 per dinosaur?
Yep. And then that would be my turn in phase 3.
So then we go around to the end of game phase. Or not the end of,
we
end
got
of
we
round.
got phase 4.
Phase 4?
We got to get people into our park.
So I was considering that the end of round stuff.
No, that's its own separate thing. It's its own part of the phase. So we'll draw from the bag equal to our excitement level.
What is your excitement level, Doug?
My
You've got
excitement
2
level
dinosaurs?
is 2. Because I've got 2 dinosaurs. Yep.
Slightly off camera. So you get 2 peoples.
Two meeples.
2 actual meeples.
Yeah.
Good thing for Doug, he didn't draw no hooligans.
Yeah.
They're pink.
They are a different color, just so you know.
And they don't pay to get into your park.
Yep. So I will start to apply my visitors. They come over here into the park. They come here. They pay,
Do you actually
which
make
gets
them
me money.
travel down the roads? Stupid hats. I don't want no hats. I wanna go see the
why not?
dinosaurs.
That would be great. I get $1 for every visitor I have in my park, and right now we will assess the threat level. We didn't go over this in the first phase, but any of the unclaimed dice up here, you will choose the one with the highest pips on it, just as an example. So this has 2 pips on it. That one will be selected to be the increased threat level.
Down here.
Got a pip on it. This will increase the total threat level for the round. So my security level is 2, but the threat level with this increase is 4. And unfortunately, some dinosaurs get out and eat some of my guests, which is unfortunate. They get eaten, they get taken off of my board and go back into the bag. And I lose victory points equal to the number of people that got eaten. So I lose 2 victory points. You do start out at 10, just so you have some
People
wiggle
to eat.
room. Yeah, just in case. I should have sent that guy over there to increase security. That's something you would have noticed before going into phase 3. So, But after that, after everyone has dealt with the security and threat level, they will gain victory points for the number of visitors still in their park.
Doug has 0.
Other than I have 0. Yeah, it happens. Oh well. And then those visitors will go back into the bag because the park closes for the day and you restart the next round. Now, the way the game progresses is with these objective cards, anyone can claim one of them at any time. And you'll place one of your...
You left them in the box.
I left them in the box. You'll place one of your corporation markers on that to show that you have claimed it. Now, since you're doing this at any time during the game, whenever you achieve it, 2 people could achieve the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, for example, the first one here we have says, have 12 DNA in your cold storage. So usually at like the end of this round, you haven't spent any DNA. So you have a bunch in your cold storage. It's entirely possible for more than one player to get
12 DNA.
This objective at the same time. But if they don't, no one else can get it.
I think the only way 2 people can get this at the same time is if everyone gets a DNA at the start of the round, and that puts people at 12. Because remember, these are done one at a time to claim this DNA. So if I claimed this and I got with my 3 scientists, wherever that is, I get 3 DNA. If that puts me up to 12, then I get to claim that because I took a turn before everyone else.
Okay.
But I mean, reaching an excitement level of 10, that is totally possible that 2 people can get that because we're all doing phase 3 simultaneously. So as we're building dinosaurs and raising our excitement level, we all can get that at the same time. And then 3 lab upgrades, that's also one for this game. But once there's 1 left unclaimed, then the game is over. And we get an amount of these equal to the number of players plus 1. So there will be different ones during the game and different ones to complete.
Plot twists.
Plot twists.
What are these plot twists?
So plot twists
These
add...
unnamed plot twists.
Yeah, that's one of the things I didn't really like about this game. These plot twists kind of change each game up every time you play it. There's a deck of about 10 or 12, I think, of them, including one for an expansion. But they basically change the startup of the game, how things start. So for this plot twist, we start with 5 workers, which I started with at the game, instead of 4. So it gives you more workers to work with in phase 3. Plus we have a plot twist of, for kind of a beginner game, none of the hooligans go in the bag for the first round.
Yeah, but then you end up with...
But then you add 5 each more after that. So, of course, the game could possibly not go past those rounds. It happens.
Yeah.
I think there's one for getting a DNA at the start of each round, some random ones.
Yeah.
So they're randomized, and you pick out 2 at the start of each game. Yeah.
More. Yeah, the table's level and now the box isn't.
I'm so sorry.
You should be.
All right, so final thoughts.
Final thoughts, like pros and cons?
Yeah.
Well, I think, how much is it?
It's an $80 game.
It's an $80 game. That's a lot to consider. I mean,
well, this is my Kickstarter edition. It comes with these nice metal coins that we went over and saw. Comes with these
coins are
upgraded
fun.
things. Yeah, coins are heavy and thick compared to other games with metal coins. But I like the game. I like that there's a variable game length that you can play with it.
Absolutely. I mean, you can play for 20 minutes, you can play for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely my favorite thing about this game.
Yeah. The Dino Meeples are awesome. They're great. But yeah, artwork is nice. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit before. It is a little bit flashy, I will say. But it's kind of
it's supposed
to be like that retro, 90s experience. We need to redo this.
Why?
Because we're not talking at the video. We're looking at the game. Yeah, exactly. It's great. It's great. That's kind of why we should have someone sitting back there so we can look at it. All right. So, final thoughts on the game.
You can go get a meeple of Steve and just put it up by your...
That would be great. But no. So, final thoughts on the game?
Final thoughts. So we're looking at $80 for the game, and there's a lot of stuff here, so that I like that price point. But it is pretty steep if you don't get all of these cool things.
Yeah. So this was the Kickstarter edition, like I was saying earlier. We've got the metal coins that I've got. I haven't played with them. I think they're a little bit over the top.
They're a little big, but they're slightly smaller than your average poker chip.
Yeah. You've got the upgraded scientist worker meeples placements, which I think are nice.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Favorite thing about the game, though, is definitely the variable game length. When you're looking at almost itched my nose.
Playing for 20 minutes rather than playing for...
Playing for 20 minutes versus playing for like 2 hours. And the fact that you have that option, and within those options you still have replayability, is fantastic.
Yeah, because there's the entire deck of the game length objectives, as well as the different plot twists. So there's great replayability in the game. Artwork is fantastic. It's got that really nice
it's
kind of
super retro though,
80s, early 90s feel.
I think the artwork is okay. Like the for example, it's just a dinosaur with a hat.
Yeah.
It's okay.
For the Hat Hut, I guess that. Or no, it's Rex Mex. Wow, that is a food place.
Yeah, but on the people, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, the specialist has really nice artwork.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about the game,
what didn't you like, Doug?
is the rule book. Now we can flip through it and look through the rule book. It is just filled with stuff, and not too many great examples for how things are done.
So would you say that you want like one more page or like 3 more pages?
I'd kind of like it to be more spaced out.
You want more examples in there?
Not really. More like, well, I guess it would end up having to be more pages where one page is kind of like focused, 1 or 2 pages is like focused on the same phase of the game. Like this whole market phase is just wall of text, wall of text, wall of text. You can kind of see it there with some examples. But that's not too detrimental to playing the game. You kind of pick it up as you play the game. So it's very easy to do it that way. What are your thoughts on the game?
Like I said, I like the replayability. I like the variable time length. I actually like these boards with the inset stuff. I feel like there's a number of games out there. Like we just did Castle of Mad King Ludwig. I really want this inset board for Castle of Mad King Palace. For Palace of Mad King Ludwig.
Mm-hmm. That would have been great. I think it would have been a little weird for that game, but I think they could have made it work if they decided to do that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really like this game.
More pickles. Cause you inset it like a puzzle.
Yeah. But then it would be hard to get out. But yeah.
What you do the pajaggle thing where there's the hole in the bottom?
Okay.
Never mind, fine.
But I mean, it's got tiny pieces, whatever. We're getting away from this. It happens.
It's a fun game. I mean, once again, dinosaur meeples.
Yeah. That's all you really have to say. Jurassic Park the game. But we can't call it Jurassic Park the game.
They can't call it Jurassic Park the game.
Yeah, because that's already there's already a game coming out for that, I think. So yeah.
Well, if it's better than this game, we'll find out.
We will find out, yes. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
As always, I've been Doug with Kelly. If you have any requests for games for us to review or have any questions for us, shoot us an email at geeksofcascadia@gmail.com or send us a tweet. I guess we have Twitter now.
Oh, we're on Twitter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Steve is on Twitter. Blue Samurai is on Twitter. So we'll find out. Thanks again, guys.
Another great review from Doug and Kelly. I just love the way they do it.
Yeah, and we can see them now.
We can see them now with our eyeballs.
That's right, and
Yes.
I think I'm going to be doing this from now on, from this point out. If everything goes well. In fact, listeners out there, or viewers out there,
Yes.
please email us at geeksofcascadia@gmail.com or tweet us at Geeks of Cascadia and let us know, do you like the videos? Do you not like the videos? Do you think we have horrible faces and you just want to hear us? You don't want to look at us?
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
And you can also Facebook us.
That's right.
Or just comment on our page, whatever you want to do.
Maybe you want us to review a certain game or you want to talk to a certain person.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Geeks of Cascadia. So, Paul, what do we got going on?
Well, there's some nerd stuff I'm really excited for.
Oh, really?
There's,
Lay it on, man.
There's the Thanos Rising game. Comes out April 6th. I fully plan on purchasing that. It looks really fun. Like it's a co-op game where you are all of the Marvel Universe characters, the good guys,
Oh, you're trying to beat Thanos.
and you're trying to prevent Thanos from getting all the Infinity Stones.
What if you want to play Thanos?
I don't think you get to play Thanos.
I want to play Thanos.
I guess it's also really hard to win.
Well, I imagine so. Thanos is a tough guy.
Yeah.
Gee, they're doing this the same time as the movie.
There's a movie coming out?
Holy
Oh,
cow.
I was thinking they should make a movie about this.
Cha-ching! Who's putting it out?
I
And
think
is it coming on
it's
Kickstarter? or anything?
USAopoly.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
So it's going to be
just
it's
go
going to
online.
be in game stores.
All right.
Go to a friendly local game store and purchase it
definitely
there.
do that.
Like we are at Games Plus in Lake Stevens, Washington.
That's right. Where I pre-ordered my.
Morton King and Simple Foes.
That's right.
See, I
I
have
did.
this special brain
That's right.
talking ability.
And you did it at Tim's at Around the Table.
I did.
Good for you. Good for you. We support our local game stores.
do.
You should do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
No.
Axis and Allies and Zombies.
Yes.
Because I like Axis and Allies, and I don't like zombies.
Yes.
So if we combine them where I'm killing zombies and playing Axis and Allies, sounds like a great combination.
As I understand it, sometimes the zombies are on your team.
Yeah, well, I
They're-
don't know
they're-
how it affects it, to tell you the truth. I've
think-
heard about this. It seems very
It's
fascinating.
like it sounds like you have to activate the zombies when they're going to attack your enemy.
I want to know how the game designers at Wizards of the Coast came up with this, or Avalon Hill.
Yeah.
Were they like at a table and they were like taking shots and they said,
Well,
"Hey, I
well,
like Axis and Allies, and everyone loves Walking Dead.
Well,
How do we combine these two?"
There's some and zombies on everything now.
Well, that's true.
Ever since Pride and Prejudice and zombies, or since
That's right.
Sensibility,
Marvel
whichever one it is.
zombies. I
Yeah.
believe we did that. There's Z Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of zombies out there.
Zombies.
Zombies are
I
bad.
hate zombies. Zombies scare me.
That's right. We're not zombie prejudice. I mean, if you're into that,
Well, yeah. If you yourself were
if you're a zombie,
you do you.
that's right. I'm okay. Some of my best friends are zombies. Anyway,
Other cool stuff coming out.
Yes.
I want to make sure we talk about. There's a book on Kickstarter called The There and Back Again. It is an anthology of travel and gaming by Jason Brick. I think he's in Oregon, Portland probably.
Okay.
But also, it's a
in the Cascadia region.
yes, it's a collection of stories, essays. I'm not sure. Of people who travel to go to gaming things and conventions. So, and one of the people contributing authors is going to be Lynn Hardy, friend of the pod.
She is good. In fact,
She's
you
great.
can go back our past episode and check that out.
Yeah, and so check it out. It's called There and Back Again, and it looks like it's going to be really cool.
Looking forward to that. Well, folks, we're almost towards the end. It's a little condensed version. We're trying to get some more content. I think in the future we're trying to contact these folks that are making these game tables. As you recall, Geek Chic went out of business. They were a local company.
Bandpass Design. Bandpass Design, if you're watching this, please return my email.
Come on. Really. You'll get tens of people coming to your store. And we're still tracking down someone from Pathfinder Society.
Yes.
Because Pathfinder 2 is out.
Yes.
And I'm curious to, what are the differences between the Pathfinder 1, which is obviously it was kind of a D&D 3.5 version, and then what is Pathfinder 2?
Yeah.
And how's it compared to D&D 5.0?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, why not? We're all into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that, do you have anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, well, with that, I think I'll just sign off with Embrace the Nerd, and I hope you make that saving throw.